You're listening to Social Commentator, Billionaire PreEminent of Top Status Podcast.
This is something we don't often talk about because we love the music, we love the culture, we love the artists.
I ain't no joke.
Love without honesty is just plain denial. So today, I'm asking a question we avoid. Is the music we love, is the music we love, is the music we listen to poison, or is it purpose driven? Or is someone behind the scenes reprogramming the narrative? Who is dictating the narrative? Why do we hear the word nigga so much in rap music? Why do we hear so many negative connotations towards black people in music and movies? Who is really behind that? And the ultimate question is, the most important question is, who is paying the ultimate price? Because here's what we know. The artists are getting rich, millions. The record labels are getting rich, billions. But on the other hand, we have thousands of young black kids either dead in the streets trying to live out rap lyrics, or locked in cells for decades for following the blueprint that the rap role models gave them. The same song, different outcomes. But before we go any further, I need to be clear that I love rap. I'm asking, is the music we listen to poison, or is it purpose driven? And who is paying the ultimate price? I'm your host, Billionaire PreEminent, Social Commentator, and this is Top Status Podcast, Episode 6. The music we love, is it poison or is it purpose driven? And who pays the ultimate price? Today, we're connecting the dots from speakers to cell blocks, from headphones to handcuffs, from the playlist to the prison list. Let's talk about what we don't often talk about. Let's be real. What did we grow up listening to? Catch Bodies, Stacking Bread, Fuck the Police, Live Fast, Die Young, Get Rich, Die Trying mentality. What type of movies were we watching? Scarface, ended with a shootout. Instant Society, ended in death. Boys in the Hood, Somebody Always Dying. Paid in Full, Betrayal, and Murder every single time. But we still wanted to beat them. Why? Because that's all we saw celebrating. That's all the music said was real. That's what the movie said was cool. But if you're a 12 to 18-year-old black kid and every song glorifies the streets, every movie glorifies violence, every video shows guns, drugs, and money, what are you supposed to think success looks like?
Blaze on the ground, but the work fly
has become a breeding ground for black on black crime and genocide. Am I the only one who sees the hypocrisy? We glorify drug dealers. We glorify killers in rap music and movies. But let you fuck around and kill somebody or get caught with too much work, and you're gonna find out. And if you gotta do time, you're gonna find out ain't no glory in crime. Think about it. How many kilos have rappers sold on record? How many different ways have they cooked and measured coke? How many guns have rappers rapped about carrying? How many people have they killed on wax? We know every recipe. We know every street price. We know every method. We done seen every weapon. 36 ounces in a keep. Cook it with baking soda, whip it up, bag it, flip it, stack it. Glocks, Dracos, AKs, switches. We know the whole arsenal. Bodies on bodies on bodies. Nearly every rapper done killed at least 3 or 4 niggas in their lyrics. But here's the thing. They're just telling their story, right? But what if somebody is paying them to say certain things. I know we hear a lot about niggas killing, niggas selling drugs, and doing time and doing drugs in their music. And we know that deep down, we know some of it is real and some of it is not real. Some of it is cap.
On motorsport. Cap.
But to a little 11 or 12-year-old, 18-year-old listening, he doesn't. He think it's real. He think that's the blueprint. He think that's how you make it. You know, black people, we have a vivid imagination. Most of the times when we see something on a movie stream or movie imagery, we believe it.
So whatever they watching consistently is tattooed on their mind.
25 to life. While the rapper who taught him how to do it, let's break this down. You have the artists and the record labels getting rich, making millions and billions. And on the other hand, you have thousands of young black kids either getting killed for trying to live out the rap lyrics, getting decades in prison.
Fuck it, I guess my mind.
Role models.
Ain't with
it.
Your fans get your name tatted so you.
The music say that's keeping it real. Never pursuing education because rap says school is for suckers, while they sending their kids to private schools. Never making it out because
My niggas really gang bang, talk that damn slang. Rap about it, do the same thing, let you know.
rap. Trapping got them locked up, and the rapping got them trapped up. Same song, two totally different outcomes. So while you have these big time rappers making hundreds of millions of dollars, while the labels making billions, you got Marco doing life for trying to live what the rap song said. That's the disconnect. Now, I'm not saying rappers are sitting in the boardroom planning out how to destroy black youth. But what if somebody is? What if somebody's actually planning it through these lyrics, or suggestively? When you hear your story become the soundtrack, and their soundtrack become a reality, and their reality ends in a grave or a cage, at what point do we ask, who's responsible? Is it the kids for believing? Is it the artists for glorifying it? Or is it the labels for profiting from it? Or is it all of the above? And here's the part we really don't talk about. The labels don't care which way. You make it out great, they profit. You go to prison, even better, they still profit. And now they don't have to pay royalties. If you die, jackpot, posthumous albums, insurance policy payouts, and a legacy or legend they can forever mark. The artists might kill it, but the labels, they really don't. They need you to buy the music. They need you to live the lifestyle. They need you in the sale or the coffin, because that's the business model. Now here's the sinister part. Who owns the record labels? Corporations. Who profits from private prisons? The same corporation. Let me say this again. The same people who sell the music about trapping profit from you when you actually get caught trapped, when you get trapped. There was a rumored meeting in the 1990s where you had the record executives and the private prison investors sitting in the same room together. The pitch was to push more gangster rap music, to glorify violence, and to make it mainstream. Why? Because it creates the culture that fills the sales. Now, I can't prove that the meeting actually happened, but I can prove the pattern. You have Universal Music, owned by Da Vinci, which has ties to GEO Group, private prison. Sony Music shareholders overlap with Correctional Corporation of America, CCA. Warner Music Group, the same story. The investors ties over to private prisons. They profit twice. Once you buy the music, and twice when you live the life, or end up in a cell that they own. The artists getting rich, the listeners going to prison, the corporations getting rich. That's not conspiracy, that's capitalism. Let's break down the math. A few thousand rappers living a life, making millions, driving Lamborghinis, living in mansions. They have freedom. Verse. The hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, young black kids get locked up trying to live the life that the song said, getting killed in the street.
And this block look good with every outfit.
Stayed in dangerous situations because the music said that's what's keeping it real. Never pursued education because the rapping said that the school was for suckers. So you have a few thousand winners versus millions of casualties. That's the ratio. All these rappers talk about keeping it real, but all their kids are enrolled in private schools, living in gated white communities. Here's the part that hurts though. Out of some of these few thousand rappers that make it, in their interviews, they tell you, they say stay in school, don't live their lyrics. But on the album, it's all about trapping guys, it's all about killing another nigga, shooting 100,000 niggas.
Getting plays on the ground, but the work fly above us, I can't wait for
messages. Which one do you think the kids gonna hear? They're gonna hear the one with the beat that sounds cool, the one that get played at parties. By the time they realize that the interview was the truth, and the music is just entertainment, and a lot of these rappers is capping, they're either already
Cap.
dead or and then it's too late. Now, before you think that I'm blaming hip hop, I'm not. I know that art reflects reality. It doesn't create it, or does it? Rap didn't create poverty. Rap didn't create the war on drugs. Rap didn't create mass incarceration. The rappers are just telling their story, right? The music isn't the problem. The problem is who controls it, who profits from it, and what happens when you live it. The industry, the labels, the corporations that own the music and the prisons, think about that. They need you to buy their music. They need you to live the life. And if there is money in it, does that mean that they'll say whatever somebody paid them to say? If hip hop disappears tomorrow, mass incarceration would not end. Would the prison industrial industry collapse? No. So, systematic racism is the root. Hip hop and rap is just another branch. But we have to be conscious consumers. We have to ask the question, we have to ask the hard questions. Who benefits when we believe this message that's being promoted to the masses? Is this story leading us towards freedom, or is it leading us towards destruction? What is the counter narrative? Love the culture, of course, but question the industry.
The industry ain't what it used to be.
If we really
The industry's
love
trying to
hip-hop,
control the way you MC.
we have to protect the people who is being influenced by it. So let me ask you one more time. Is the music that we love poison or is it purpose driven? Me personally, I've lived through the evolution. I've watched the music turn from uplifting the community to destroying it, from conscious to unconscious, from purpose to profit. And when I think about it, I think it's both true. It can be purpose when it tells our truth, when it expresses our pain, when it celebrates our survival. That's power. That's the culture that we hold dear. But it can be poison when it glorifies killing another black man specifically, another black person specifically. When it becomes the blueprint for our destruction, when it becomes weaponized by the industry that profits from it twice. And who pays the ultimate price? Not the few who made it. The kids who believe every word. The ones who had no plan B. The ones in the casket. The ones in the cage. While the rappers out counting millions. The labels counting billions. That's who pays. I love hip hop. I'm not here to destroy it. I'm just here to shed some light on it. And what I would like you to do, if you really love the art form, because if we really love this culture, we have to protect the people that are influenced. And we have to start by asking the hard questions. Because we all being influenced by it. Stay tuned, as always, asking the hard questions that the world talks about, one person at a time. Billionaire PreEminent, Top Status Podcast, Social Commentator.
You're listening to Social Commentator, Billionaire PreEminent of Top Status Podcast.